Welcome to Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories, hotties, and constant disappointments, naughties. Here are your hosts, Michael Beck, Hicks, and Dwight Slappe.
Welcome. I'm Michael Beck.
I'm Hicks.
And I'm Dwight Slappe.
Boys, I want to know this week, what is your hottiest neighborhood weirdo? Who's that odd little guy that you just see around sometimes, who you always go, oh yeah, I'm glad they're not dead. I'm glad they're still here. Or just you wave at, maybe you talk to them sometimes. I don't recommend talking to people in your neighborhood, but I know some people like to. My hottiest neighborhood weirdo is, and the reason I'm doing this category is because I want to talk about this guy, because I actually haven't seen him for a couple of months, and I'm afraid he might be dead. Anyway, it is Hank Williams Jr. circa 1990. This man walks around in full Bocephus getup, a cowboy hat, tinted aviators, often like a leather vest buttoned all the way up. Like, this guy has found his look and wears it every goddamn day and walks around the neighborhood like this, like he goes on his, evening walkies, dressed as Hank Williams Jr. circa 1990, and I love him. And one day, my wife Crystal and I were out for our walkies with our dog Coco, and Hank Williams Jr. circa 1990 was at a playground with, I don't know, some kids, probably his. And while his kids were playing on the play set, this man was listening to one of my favorite jazz albums, Dinah Jams, which is a recording of Dinah Washington live in Los Angeles in 1954. Just one of the great jazz singers of the 20th century, just belting it out, being listened to by Hank Williams Jr. circa 1990. It was beautiful. I hope he's still here.
At this point, did you engage in conversation with him and let him know how much you admired his taste in music? What the hell, Michael Beck?
No, absolutely not.
You had a chance at a beautiful moment with Bocephus himself, and you could have bonded over this music. You could have even asked if he was ready for some football, and you didn't. I can't believe you didn't take advantage of that. You could have let into that.
You could have been one of his rowdy friends.
Yes, and you could have come over tonight, and he would have just, God.
See, how old do we think Hank is?
I would say Hank's around our age.
Okay. I thought it might be your real dad for a second.
Oh, my real father would be outraged to be compared to Hank Williams Jr., I think. Yeah, no, I know. Now that I think about it, I probably should try to befriend this guy, because we are about the same age. He obviously enjoys making his choices in life, which I could really get behind, someone who does that, even if they're not the choices I would make. He seems to have both terrible and wonderful taste in music at the same time. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what else have you heard him listen to?
That's all. I mean, I
well,
guess
then there you go. I mean, it's beautiful.
No,
I mean, maybe the taste in fashion.
In Beck's character development in his head, this guy also listens to Hank Williams Jr. So it's Hank Williams Jr. and the jazz album.
There we go. Yeah.
He follows it up with Country Boy Can't Survive, and but hey, both are bangers in my book. Oh, I don't know Beck's song. I know Country Boy Can't Survive, and there we go, right there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is that a Hank Williams Jr. song?
I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Yeah.
I would like to go on record that this is not a pro Hank Williams Jr. podcast.
Oh, no.
I do not want to be listed amongst those people. No matter how much offhand knowledge Slice may have about Bocephus, this is not an endorsement of his ways.
Just wait till we get to the Juggalo section of the podcast, folks. It's coming.
those people seem nice.
Juggalos are great people. For the most part.
I shit you not, I exhausted all of my Hank Williams Jr. Knowledge in my description of this local weirdo. I cannot tell you a single thing else about him.
I mean, if you ask me to name another song, I won't be able to, but that's the one I know.
So you haven't seen him in a while. Does he? Do you think he lives on your street somewhere?
He lives definitely somewhere in the neighborhood, because I mean, you would see him out, walking in the neighborhood at various times of day. I don't think he'd just be on the street in our neighborhood if he didn't live here. I mean, we don't really have a neighborhood that you're walking around in unless either you live here, maybe his special lady or gentleman friend lives in my neighborhood. Oh my God, maybe they broke up. Maybe I'll never see Hank Williams Jr. circa 1990 again.
Yeah. Maybe those kids are from a broken home now. Maybe those kids will be in therapy for the rest of their lives. Maybe those kids will never know love again.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's time for you, Michael Beck, to go down to the playground and hang out with those kids and play some jazz music while they play on the monkey bars. I think now is the time.
All the local children will be very excited about this middle-aged man playing jazz down by the playground.
Have you considered investing not in an ice cream truck, but a jazz truck, where you just drive up and the kids come running and you give them whatever kind of jazz treat that they order?
John Coltrane just wailing on that sax in a way that the young people need to learn to appreciate. AI Slappe isn't going to give him those chops, It's
Slice now's the time. If I knew like a jazz song, I would hum it like it was the ice cream truck thing, but I can't.
I could do "Cause Your Boy Can't Survive," but I can't. I know no jazz, man.
Here, let me try it. Let me try. Is that jazz?
That's
Is that
close
good?
enough. He's the scat man. No.
Rest in power.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right, Dwight. Who's your hottiest neighborhood weirdo?
I think it's Slice's turn, and this thing is based on order and law. Even if we're not going to have it in this country anymore, this is a law and order podcast.
Let this show be an example to all.
I need to go next because I have a dreadful fear that Dwight will choose the same neighbor that I was going to choose. Because currently, I've only been in this house for a little over a year. I don't really know too many weirdos. They all seem pretty chill, pretty cool for the most part. So historically speaking, I think my hottiest neighborhood weirdo was a neighbor of mine and Dwight's who we lovingly referred to as G.I. Jesus. So I lived in an apartment with our friend Jason, and just down from us lived Dwight and our friend Jeff, and next to them was G.I. Jesus. Now, I don't know how we came up with G.I. Jesus, so Dwight, if you
He
can
was
remember
wearing
that.
a shirt that said G.I. Jesus.
Well, there you go. And that's how it happened. Sometimes the easiest answer is the best answer.
That man was realizing my Big Johnson dream.
Just got to market yourself right. That's it. But yeah, so he was our neighbor. We'd all hang out, beautiful weather, hang out on our little ledge there. And it's looked like, what would you describe our old apartment like? It looked like, I don't know, a rundown like hotel, like motel. Do
you know what a hellhole looks like?
That's it. Yes.
Like that.
Or if you remember back to history class, those pictures of Stalingrad in 1944, it looked like one of those buildings.
Thank you, fellas.
Do you ever look at a brick building and go, wow, that's pretty? It's not one of those.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But we did have a little ledge, concrete ledge. We'd come walk up and down, side to side on, and we'd hang out there and have beverages and hang out. And one day we met G.I. Jesus, and he came out and invited us into his apartment. Why we went in, I don't know. Maybe we were intimidated. Maybe we were afraid for our lives. But we went in, and he proceeded to give Jason a book on how to be a ninja.
This is Slice. Let me. This is how
correct me where I'm wrong.
This is how I remember it.
Okay.
One, infamously, Slice and Jason's apartment, the door was always open, so people could come and go, like wide, not unlocked, open.
Yeah, that's true.
So one day, a bunch of us are hanging out, and there, all of a sudden, there's a stranger in the room, and so he introduces himself, and he gives us a name, but all we can see is the shirt that says G.I. Jesus, and that's all. He's G.I. Jesus from now on. Small talk. We talk about how a lot of us were going to Marshall for theater degrees, and he looks at us all. He's like, you know what, boys? I got some books about acting. I'd like to let you guys borrow if that'd be okay. We're like, okay, sure. And he leaves, and we're all a little thrown off. Like, who is this guy? And he comes back down with a book about ninjas and the Satanic Bible.
Yes. That's right. God, I'm so glad you're here, a part of this podcast, to remember that. Correct me where
Have we ever considered how much more disturbing it would have been if he had come down with Uda Hagen's Respect for Acting and just distributed that to everyone?
The last time I remember seeing G.I. Jesus was right before I moved out. He actually lived a floor above us. He lived right above me. Yeah, he lived right above me. And as I was moving stuff out, he was sitting on the ledge above us with a parabolic microphone just pointing it at people and some headphones on.
Well, the only other thing I remember, and probably you'll need to correct me at some point through this too, is whenever we were over there with him and he proceeded to say, fuck that microwave noise, fuck that radio noise. And it was just, we were just, it was a kind of aside. We didn't hear any noise. Anybody else didn't, but no, out of nowhere, G.I. Jesus said, fuck that microwave noise, fuck that radio noise. And I was like, okay, I think I'm going to go back to my place. I left the oven on or something. I'll see you later, G.I.
I believe we had entered an agreement that maybe if we ignore him, he'll go away.
Yeah.
So he would still walk up to us and start talking. And one time when he got no response from his rambling, it was just like, fuck that microwave noise, fuck that radio noise, and he stormed out. That was
Yep. Yep. He had dog's ears. He could hear the high pitch that we couldn't. Our human ears were not delicate enough to.
Oh, I bet he has some human ears somewhere in that apartment.
On a necklace.
Yeah.
There's a person that also lived in that apartment complex who it was the closest apartment building to Marshall. So it's definitely student housing. But on the first floor lived a man in his 50s. And he had bought those like postal letters you put on the side of your house or your mailbox or whatever. And it just said U.S. bombs really big on his window. And he was just an old crotchety guy that lived in student housing and would get so upset at us when we were being young and loud that we didn't all go to bed at 7:00. And the longer we lived there, like the more newspaper went up on the windows. This basically antagonized some of us, not me, not Slice. We're very good people. So we used to, I cannot remember Slice. Did he have a car? He had to have a car, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we used to do this thing called hoisting. Now, let me explain.
Oh, Jesus.
So let's say a bunch of young men, healthy young men, hanging out, having a few drinks, and Maybe we'll look at the lightest amongst us and say, hey, I bet we could pull you up several stories via this rope that just happens to be laying around in our apartment. So that's how hoisting was born. It's basically what you think it is. It's just yanking a guy up from the first floor to second, and one time third floor. But occasionally you would slip and drop the hoistee onto U.S. Bob's car, and he would really hate that. He hated that more than anything. He hated that to the point that one day we woke up and he had taken U.S. bombs down, and then it said Stigmata ER.
Yeah, very Unabomber-esque.
That was my neighbor, by the way. I just sort of slid into it. Do you see how I bump weed?
We got like a 2-for-1 in the same locale, same time period. All right, boys, fall is now upon us. It's been a while since I did a food topic, so now I'm going to hit you up with what is your hottiest soup? It's soup season, that's right. And I'm going to go with a little bit of pho. That's right, pho. God, love the pho. It's so fun to say pho. But yeah, man, pho is just, that's the most refreshing fall, winter, any of that. Just put it in there. It's got all that good stuff. Vietnamese noodle soup. I almost feel like it's cheating because it's like, well, is that really soup? Yes, it's soup. God damn it. Of course it's soup. What else would it be? Look at it. It's got a delicious meat, mostly beef. You know, I like beef myself. Some people like to put some chicken in there. And no, thank you. I'll do that flank or ribeye. It's so good. It's not even really cooked when you throw it in there. The soup just cooks it for you. It's so hot, so delicious.
What about a little pork belly there, Slice?
I mean, pork belly is good. I have not had pork belly in my pho. I will say that. I don't think I've been anywhere that's offered. I love a banh mi. I love a pork belly banh mi, but I don't think I've had pork belly in my pho. So
can I say my life partner, Leanne, is very much obsessed with pho as well, and she loves that pork belly. It is her go-to.
I love pork belly.
We'll have to pho you up in Charleston one day.
I'd love to
get pho'd up.
Oh, pho me up right now. It's unbelievable that you can get pork belly in Charleston in your pho. That's, sign me up. Now there's so many good parts about pho. Like they give you, like, you get practically a giant fucking salad of just various assortments of like sprigs of things, and you could just throw it in. It's like a choose your own adventure soup. Do you want this?
Can I say it was jarring just now when you said fucking after all the pho?
That's right. That's called a build. That's called a build, baby. See, you thought I was probably gonna say pho. Nope, I went the whole thing there.
What'd he say?
Where will its road turn next? You don't know. But yeah, just so many flavors, so many good things. I love to get some chili peppers in there. You know, got that cardamom, that star anise, everything. So good, so spicy, so just warming to your soul. Although I will say, one of the most challenging things to me is to eat like a whole serving of pho, because I always regret it later on, because it is so, like, you go for like to walk out to your car afterwards and you feel this sloshing in your stomach, and you can even hear it sometimes, like, so, God, I'm horrible. What have I done? Look away. Cover your ears, children. I'm hideous.
Well, this is any soup if you eat enough, isn't it?
Well, true. But no one else, anybody, like you go to, I don't know, Panera, your local mom and pop place, whatever, your local deli, they're not serving you that quantity. I walk out, I finish that bowl, I'm walking out, I'm not sloshing. I go to a Vietnamese, like, pho place, and boom, I'm sloshing on my way to the car, and I regret it. Partially, I regret it. I don't regret eating the pho. I just regret eating as much as I did, because I don't want to have to take just that little bit home in the, you know, the plastic container. I know years from now they'll probably tell me I got microplastics for days, baby. That's just it's just one iota in this giant plastic body of mine.
Please say sloshing some more.
Yeah, I was raised in a house where we thought it was okay to microwave styrofoam. So, I mean, I can't start worrying about things now. I can't.
Right. Sometimes I left my spoon in it for flavor.
I find it fascinating how quickly pho became omnipresent. Like pho is everywhere.
Yes, yeah. There are pho places everywhere.
Delicious.
So
Now,
good.
I need a ruling whether mine is soup or not. Because, see, when I was growing up, when my mother would make chicken and dumplings, it was in a crock pot. It was in a broth, not like a roux or anything, or gravy. It was more like a chicken soup broth with just, I guess it was closer to like matzo ball, really?
That's exactly, yep. I was going to say, I'm going to rule in favor of you from what you've described so far because it sounded like matzo ball soup. So I think
if those matzo balls came directly from a Pillsbury biscuit can and were just wadded up and thrown in there, like, God damn, that stuff was good. Maybe it's because I was 10 and it wasn't fish sticks. I was just like, what is this?
this isn't macaroni and cheese and tuna. This is a hamburger helper. What is this?
This isn't Chef Boyardee. What is this concoction?
That would have been good with some fish sticks tossed in there, though, into the crock pot.
I'm sorry, my mom didn't go to culinary school, Beck.
Gordon Ramsay over here.
But as a young chubby boy, I had to be watched because I would try to fish out all of the biscuits. I would try to fish out every dumpling before anybody else got to that. I was probably in my teens before I realized there was chicken in it as well. It was just stuff I was moving aside to get to that broth-soaked, doughy biscuit.
The Appalachian limbus bread down in there. Get it out.
Appalachian limbus bread.
We did your standard like canned soups growing up, but that was the only thing soup-like that was homemade. But yeah, plenty of like Campbell's chicken and noodle, chicken and stars.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's just an Appalachian thing, but I think everything any person in my family ever cooked had cream of chicken soup in it somewhere.
My grandma, every time, it's either cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, or there's another one. I don't know. Is it cream of celery? I don't know.
Cream of celery.
Yes, cream of celery. Every time. If she's making something, like throw a chicken breast in there or whatever, throw the canned chicken in there, cream of this, cream of that. She'll make like homemade pot pies, throws that in there. Yep, that's like the go-to.
I think that's more a function of like sort of Depression, Great Depression era cuisine, because those sort of cream of soups were a great way to just shove more calories at people who, back then, people needed more calories. A wild time.
Those chicken and dumplings, though, now when I find chicken and dumplings somewhere, like at a restaurant or like a diner or something, gross. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's not white trash enough for me.
This is a very nice intro into my favorite soup, my hottiest soup, which is obviously lobster bisque. As my family and I were on one of our yachts cruising down the Canal River.
Oh!
Laughing at Dwight and his family with their dumplings.
I was in my torn jeans fishing for carp on the side of the river.
Just grabbing big handfuls of lobster and just throwing them into the incinerator. On the ship is powered by lobster carcasses. That's but no, lobster bisque. It's delicious. I love crustacean-based soups and stews. It's a little fancy. I like the creaminess of the lobster bisque. I like the coast. Has a lot of lot of good stuff in there. I'm from the Midwest and have lived in the Midwest for a number of years as an adult too. And man, people in the Midwest love their soups. Most soup is fine, okay, sure, I can appreciate whatever this is, but a lot of soup isn't for me. I like a beef stew, but
Yeah.
but that's kind of, well, I guess in dumpling country a little bit in terms of it's a soup if I say it's a soup, but
Oh,
everyone
you got
agree.
the stew. I would call a stew it's more soup than anything else. You got the broth. It's just a little thicker, but I put it in soup territory.
Okay, new shirt idea. Me with just suspenders saying "Welcome to dumpling country."
I like it. I like it.
Like now the question is it dumpling or DUMPLIN apostrophe
You know the answer to that.
Yes.
You're gonna need
honestly,
that apostrophe. Yeah.
I think we all need our own soup shirts, so we'll get Dwight with that. I'll have one that says "just sloshing around," and then
Fode up and slosh down.
sloshing fud. Yeah, we'll put it back in the workshop. I don't know what Beck's is. It's the Beck Bisky.
Oh yeah,
Lobster boy.
my shirt is we'll do something with like a pyramid or mausoleum on there.
What if it's
great?
Bisky Rizzness? Wait, no, that's not risky, but no, never mind. Fuck it.
What about Beck's Bisque bitches?
I like it. Oh, Bisky Rizzness. That's all popular. Bisky Rizzness. That's what I was aiming for.
Oh, Bisky Rizzness.
Bisky Rizzness. That's gold.
I think that Bisky Rizzness is my new handle on various apps I'm not going to use. Hey, at Bisky Rizzness, yeah. And my my avatar could be, I don't know, like Zoidberg sitting in a bowl from Futurama. That captures a lot of the experience, I think.
Be Zoidberg pissing on a soup that's not lobster bisque.
Like those dreadful Calvin stickers.
You got there.
There it is. There it is.
Like the kind Hank Williams Jr. might approve of.
Topic 3, our naughty. What's your naughtiest unpopular opinion?
Oh, finally.
Okay. Let's stretch this out. I'm gonna move my neck back and forth a couple times, and I'm just gonna say dogs don't belong fucking everywhere. How about that? Dogs don't belong everywhere.
Oh, you are going to get some hate mail from my wife over this one, Dwight.
Dogs can stay at home. I'm not talking about your service animal. I'm talking about your dog that can fucking stay home. I'm talking about me going to a restaurant and hearing someone go, "Oh, he's no trouble. Trust, he's well behaved." I'm talking about. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, no, not at restaurants. No.
When I went to the Mothman Festival last weekend, when there are like 10,000 people crammed into Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and people think, "Oh, you know what'd be great if I brought my fucking dog," to try to weave their way in and out. Everybody loves my dog, right? And if I step on the dog, I feel like a complete piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no worse feeling than stepping on a helpless animal.
Right. You hear that yelp and it's like, oh, God.
Oh, no, what did I do?
The worst.
I don't think there's a hell, but I'm definitely going there now.
Yep.
How frequently are you two men stepping on dogs in public?
Well, I mean,
once is enough.
Step on a dog, step on a cat, same difference.
Well,
one
that's
can
fair.
bite you a little harder.
Step on a kid.
Step on a kid. I mean, until recently, I did all three on a daily basis, but my dog died. And it wasn't because I stepped on him.
At least not primarily.
Right, not primarily. I love that dog. I love dogs. It was not because of me. Rest in peace, Ziggy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I stepped on him a few times, more than a few times. So, but still loved me unconditionally. But yeah, don't bring the dog to a giant crowd of people. That is just asking for it to be stepped on, and nobody wants that. I don't want that guilt. Your
And
dog
again,
doesn't
we're
want to be
not
stepped
talking
on.
about you have PTSD. You have seizures or something. The dog helps you through your life. That dog can go anywhere. I'm
Absolutely.
talking about these precious angels that have to follow their owner everywhere when they have a perfectly nice house or yard that they could be staying in.
Mm-hmm.
But Dwight, what if that perfect angel needs to be out in the world where she can be observed and admired and praised by everyone? And I ask this because obviously my wife and I are the insufferable middle-class people who take our dog. We're with our poodle mix Coco at Home Goods. We're at Lowe's. We're at Home Depot. We only go to stores where dogs are expressly allowed. Like, we're not trying to sneak her in anywhere. But and I'll tell you, I was disgusted with myself at first. But then when I saw how much joy this dog and me and my wife's recklessness in taking her out in public brings to the world, I don't know. My feelings on it are changed. And it involves talking to the general public when you have the dog out there. And I hate that shit. But Coco breaks down barriers.
As long as you understand it's for you, right? It's not for Coco.
You're just flexing. You're just flexing out here.
You're very close to becoming a pageant mom.
Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah.
Now, has Coco ever pooped or peed in a store?
No.
Okay.
Also, that's an unfair question, Slice, because I've done that.
Well, yeah, but you probably bought something. Coco didn't buy shit.
Well, out of guilt afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. At least you paid it. You made it right. You made it right.
Obviously,
Here,
wherever we go.
Tic Tacs. I think we can both go our separate ways now.
You're going to need to clean up on all three, but see you next week.
Wherever we go, we also buy treats for the dog, obviously. So purchases are being made and all of the places that
Let's do a quick in case I get too much hate mail for the dog thing. Let's just do a quick, hey, well, I don't like sea salt. Can we just stick to regular salt? And that'll be mine in case the dog thing is like, in case my life's at risk because of the dog thing. Like, it's all crunchy and big and why? Salt's fine. Get out of here. It's probably expensive for all that desalinate. Anyway,
Hey,
Slice.
but Dwight loves cats.
I do love cats.
So
I do.
You know.
I wouldn't take my cat anywhere. I fucking wouldn't take my cat anywhere.
Oh, Dwight, imagine what a weird power move that would be, though. Just walking around the mall like you're Blofeld, stroking your kitty. Hello, people. Yeah, I like.
Excuse me. Yeah, I need a table just for one. I know the cats. I just need one chair though. But can you put some like sand or something next to the table in case she's got to go pee pee?
She'll take a bowl of your finest lobster bisque, please.
Who's up? Beck, Slice. Who's up next? Who's up?
That would be Beck. You almost called me earlier. So
it's me.
I did.
Oh,
and Beck
okay.
just said it was your turn.
Liars.
We're all looking to get out of our responsibilities on the show today. But no, I'm diving into this topic with relish because, Dwight, all of my opinions are unpopular. Every single one. But probably my loudest unpopular opinion is there should be radically more democracy in the workplace. We should vote on all kinds of things in life, I think, in general, but also at work. And part of the irony of this plan is knowing that a majority of of coworkers anywhere I've ever worked would never support this. But you should. And I should be clear, my views are only mine and do not ever reflect my employers, even though they should. But yeah, we should vote on things during the day. Yeah.
Do you think people would actually vote, or just stay at, you know, pass on their right and obligation to vote like they do every fucking 2 years?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what would happen. Well, I don't want to ruffle any feathers.
See, but part of my secret social control reason for wanting people to vote more at work, where they'll basically have to and want to, is that then that will create a more positive civic culture where people will recognize the value of participatory democracy, because people have chosen at what time of day to have their lunch break rather than just having it.
Okay, so lunch break is an example. I was going to ask for an example. So, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I would also expand it to just things like sort of basic policies. How are we going to run this organization? You know, like let's elect who the boss is going to be. Let's elect who the CEO is going to be. And people often give me pushback of, well, people are going to vote to only work 3 days a week, or the people are going to work to get a paycheck without showing up to work. No, they fucking aren't. No, they aren't. They're going to vote for whatever is the best for their workplace. Like we know this from evidence. During the Civil War, lots of soldiers elected like their lower level officers, like captains, lieutenants, colonels. And people did not elect cowards. They elected people who they thought would be good leaders. So, there we go. Unpopular opinion number 1. I have so many more.
I was going to say, I've worked with some real bums, so I know that they would vote for a 1-day work week and unlimited leave. Now, not to say, I've worked with also some really great people currently, the job where I am now. Everybody seems great so far. But yeah, previous jobs, there's always at least 2 or 3 that's like, okay, really milking it here.
But everyone else hates that person. Like those people will be outvoted and possibly expelled and stoned to death if we really let my local democracy run rampant.
Now we're talking. All right, sign me up.
Let me be devil's advocate and say, I used to work at a place, and the owners brought a really nice holiday dinner from a fancy for Huntington Italian place in for all of the workers to eat. And after everybody took 2 bites, the majority of the people were complaining because it wasn't Domino's. So, yeah. I mean, I see both sides.
One of my rare popular opinions is that workplace voting should never be extended to anywhere Dwight has worked. Because yeah.
It's a real hellscape back there, guys. It's a real hellscape back there.
Well, guys, it's going to be unpopular. Rotten Tomatoes has told me this, but
no.
I'm just going to say it. Howard the Duck is not a bad movie. I'm sorry, guys. It's not. 1986. I mean, look at it. That animatronic duck mask was pretty legit. Like,
look how angry you've made Beck. Look how angry he is.
I have never seen Howard the Duck.
Well, see, he can't be angry. He gets no right to say anything in this. Now, Dwight, you can scold me all you want, but I won't listen because I think it's great. I'm blinded by my love for Leah Thompson.
Exactly. So I'm on your side.
See, one of the many great things about that movie, you got little Tim Robbins in there. You got that, all right, it's Lucas. Yeah. He, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. The technology and everything, that duck mask, I was fooled. I was like, holy shit, there's a duck actor here. This part. I was like 6 or 7, but I loved it because he was small. He was short like me. He did duck foo. He beat up those like muggers and everything.
There was a naked duck lady, which made me feel all sorts of ways.
Okay. This was a movie rated PG. and there were duck boobs in it. And also, Howard the Duck had a condom in his wallet. That was kind of creepy. I get that. There were a couple scenes where I was like, how do we feel about this? How does this work with like an anthropomorphic duck? And like, okay, I don't know. I'm too young for this to think about that. But let's just have fun. Leah and her band, they were jamming out. It was like jamming the holograms. It was a good time. It was
now
great.
Beck is so angry that he just texted me. He wanted me to ask you this question, Slice. He
Yes.
said, "Tell that son of a bitch," is what it says on the text.
Oh shit.
How can he support a movie that features so much Jeffrey Jones in it?
Yeah. That's true. That was my one reservation about this hot take, to be honest with you. I mean, Jeffrey Jones, he got us. He fooled us in a number of good movies. He fooled us. He got us. He got us. He
Jeffrey Jones, he got us.
He showed us.
He got us. Ferris Bueller got us. He got so many movies that were just,
Dwight, thank you so much for not making me be friends with Jeffrey Jones in that joke or something like that. Thank you. I'm very grateful.
Not this week.
Wait, Beck sent me another text. He said we're being too hard on his friend Jeffrey Jones.
It says hashtag free Jeffrey Jones. What? God damn it, Beck. Disgusting.
Oh, he's the one damaging thing in my otherwise favorite perfect television show, Deadwood. He's
in so much really good stuff.
Really good stuff, right?
Yeah, so much really good stuff. Yeah,
and it kind of makes you feel bad when you see him.
He's a monster, but he's very good in Deadwood.
Now let's say this about our favorite show, Deadwood. When they made that movie to wrap everything up, we already knew about Jeffrey Jones, and they put him in there anyway. So that was...
that's true. That's true.
Never watched Deadwood. Now I never will.
Oh, you should watch Deadwood.
I don't know. I'll watch Howard the Duck again, though.
Oh, no. It's great. You'll walk around wanting to curse like Ian McShane for a week. It's awesome.
Huntington's own Ian McShane.
That's right.
Yes, Huntington's own. Yeah, that's true.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Again, we are an anti-Hank Williams Jr. podcast. We are an anti-Jeffrey Jones podcast.
Mm-hmm. But we love G.I. Jesus.
You hear that, iTunes? If you're categorizing things, we are anti both of those things.
Mm-hmm. Disgusting. G.I. Jesus, if you're out there, we miss you.
G.I. Jesus, if you're out there, forget we ever met.
Right. Please, Jason still has your Satanic Bible. And he's a 3rd degree black belt now.
Thanks for listening, everyone. G.I. Jesus, please do not call me. We love you, but not G.I. Jesus.
Thank you for listening. This has been Two Hotties and a Naughty, a podcast about life's little victories and constant disappointments, as hosted by Michael Beck, Slice Hicks, and Dwight Slappe. Editing and production by Michael Sullivan. Our theme is Handel's Entrance of the Queen of Sheba for Two Oboes, Strings, and Continuo Allegro, as performed by the Advent Chamber Orchestra. Crystal Howe speaking.